When Giorgio Armani died at 91 in September 2025, he entrusted his $2.7 billion fashion empire to Leo Delorco. 6 heirs now stand ready to execute the most sophisticated handover the luxury industry has ever witnessed, bringing down the curtain on one of the last founder-controlled houses alongside Chanel and Prada Group. For nearly 5 decades, Armani wielded unthinkable control in an industry where Kering and LVMH dominate through acquisition. He served as creative director, chief executive officer, and sole owner of the company he built from nothing in Milan. He once admitted, "My greatest weakness is that I am in control of everything." Yet in death, he orchestrated one final masterstroke that reshapes how we think about founder succession in luxury fashion. The man steering this transition is not a family member or celebrated designer. His name is Pantaleo Dell'Orco, though everyone calls him Leo. For over 45 years, he has been Armani's closest collaborator and head of menswear. According to Armani's will, he is also the single most powerful person in the company's future. Dell'Orco controls 40% of voting rights, exceeding the Giorgio Armani Foundation's 30% and any family member's 15%. This goes beyond business succession. We are witnessing the first major post-founder signal in luxury menswear since Ralph Lauren stepped back, a test case for whether the intimate, personal vision that built these empires can survive without the founder's direct hand. The 45-year partnership. The story begins in the 1970s under the most unlikely circumstances in Milan. Giorgio Armani, already in his early 40s and working as a designer for Nino Cerruti at Cerruti 1881, was walking a dog when he met a young man from Bisceglie, a small town in southern Italy. That man was Leo Delorco, born November 2nd, 1952, just starting his own journey in fashion. By 1977, 2 years after Armani founded his company at Via Bergognone with partner Sergio Gagliotti, Dell'Orco had joined the firm. He witnessed the company's entire evolution from startup to global powerhouse. He was there when American Gigolo made Armani a household name in 1980. He watched Emporio Armani launch in 1981, targeting a younger market. Most crucially, he stood by Armani in 1985 when Sergio Gagliotti died, leaving the founder devastated and needing a new anchor. After Sergio's death, he has been the closest person to me, Armani told CNN in 2022. He gave me incredible psychological support, practical as well as work-wise. First Sergio, then Leo. In his autobiography, Per Amore, Armani described Dell'Orco as the person to whom I have entrusted my most private thoughts, personal work and otherwise, which he has kept to himself with great discretion. Dell'Orco's rise wasn't just about fashion. As chairman of Pallacanestro Olimpia Milano, the EA7 Armani basketball team, he guided the franchise to EuroLeague championships in 2022 and 2023, proving his leadership extends beyond Via Bergognone headquarters. The first public signal of Dell'Orco's elevated status came in June 2021, when Giorgio Armani appeared hand-in-hand with him at the end of a men's fashion show in Milan. For an industry obsessed with symbolic gestures, this was unmistakable. The private man was being presented as Armani's chosen successor for menswear. By 2025, Dell'Orco's role had evolved even further. When Armani's health issues forced him to miss Milan Fashion Week shows in June for the first time in 5 decades, Dell'Orco took the final bow. Industry insiders interpreted these appearances as a dress rehearsal for what was to come. The menswear division that Dell'Orco oversees represents the crown jewel of the Armani empire. He runs menswear for Giorgio Armani, Emporio Armani, and Armani Exchange, managing the aesthetic that defined masculine elegance for generations. The unstructured suits, the understated luxury, the timeless sophistication that made Armani synonymous with effortless Italian style all flow through Dell'Orco's direction. What makes this succession unique is how Armani embedded his aesthetic philosophy directly into the company's legal structure. His will explicitly instructs that the brand must continuously pursue an essential, modern, elegant, and unostentatious style with attention to detail and wearability. The succession documents detail not just financial arrangements, but the actual process for appointing future style directors. This level of control extends to Armani's carefully orchestrated sale requirements. Within 18 months of his death, 15% of the company must be sold, with priority given to specific luxury conglomerates, LVMH, L'Oreal, or EssilorLuxottica. Over 5 years, up to 54.9% could be sold, but the Giorgio Armani Foundation must retain at least 30% permanently. Succession planning expert Bruce K. Lee noted, Armani showed the playbook by treating the process like an M&A deal, controlling price, timing, and harmony so the name outlives the drama. This contrasts sharply with Kering's aggressive acquisition strategy or Tom Ford's complete brand sale. Even the most careful planning could not prevent speculation about creative direction. In late 2025, persistent rumors emerged that Hedi Slimane, the former creative director of Saint Laurent and Celine, would take over Armani's creative leadership. The company firmly denied these reports, but they highlighted a fundamental tension in post-founder fashion houses competing with Kering and LVMH's creative director rotation model. The Kith signal came through an unexpected collaboration. In September 2024, just months before Armani's death, the company announced its first-ever partnership with Kith, the New York streetwear brand founded by Ronnie Fiesig. The collaboration, called Archetype, featured 4 distinct characters: the artist, the entertainer, the sophisticate, and the maverick. Celebrities like Lakeith Stanfield, Martin Scorsese, and Pierce Brosnan wore Armani-designed suits in the campaign, representing a careful experiment in youth market expansion. This partnership was remarkable not just for its rarity, but for its timing. Armani had spent decades avoiding collaborations that might dilute his brand's exclusivity, unlike Prada Group's recent streetwear ventures. The menswear focus of this collaboration was not coincidental. With Dell'Orco overseeing all men's lines, the Kith partnership served as a test case for how Armani's menswear aesthetic could evolve while maintaining its essential character. The success of this experiment likely influenced the confidence placed in Dell'Orco's expanded role. The new board announced in November 2025 reflects Armani's strategic thinking about the board. Alongside Dell'Orco as chairman and new chief executive officer Giuseppe Marsocci, it includes former Armani executive John Hooks, former Gucci chief executive officer Marco Bizzarri, Yoox founder Federico Marchetti, and businessman Angelo Moratti. 3 seats are reserved for family members, including Silvana Armani, who led women's design, and nephew Andrea Camerana. As 2025 ended, the fashion world watched Milan for signs of what post-founder Armani would become. The Giorgio Armani Milano Per Amore exhibition at Pinacoteca di Brera displayed 133 archival garments presenting fashion as legitimate RT for the first time in the gallery's history. The final Spring-Summer 2026 show, held in Brera's courtyard after Armani's death, felt like both an ending and a beginning. The financial performance adds urgency to these decisions. In 2024, Armani's revenue dropped 5% to 2.3 billion euros, while operating profit fell 25% to 398 million euros. For a company that had maintained remarkable independence alongside Chanel in an industry of corporate consolidation, these numbers suggest the need for fresh strategic thinking. Dell'Orco's emergence as the face of Armani menswear represents more than corporate succession. In an industry where creative directors often become celebrities in their own right, his preference for working behind the scenes offers a different model from Kering and LVMH celebrity designer approach. The broader implications extend far beyond one company. Armani was among the last founder-controlled major luxury houses, maintaining creative and financial independence that seems impossible in today's market dominated by Bernard Arnault and his LVMH, and François-Henri Pinault and his Kering. His succession plan offers a blueprint for how founding vision might survive corporate transition. The test of Dell'Orco's leadership will come not in preserving Armani's past, but in translating its values for future generations. The unstructured suits and effortless elegance that defined Armani must speak to customers who shop online, value sustainability, and seek authentic brand stories. The diamond ring that Dell'Orco had given Armani, which the designer wore on his left ring finger for years, symbolized a partnership that transcended business relationships. Now, as Dell'Orco steps forward to lead Armani's menswear from Via Bergognone into its post-founder era, that ring represents continuity between past achievement and future possibility. For menswear, this transition represents the first major test of post-founder leadership in decades. If Dell'Orco succeeds in maintaining Armani's essential character while competing against Kering and the scale of LVMH, he will have created a new model for creative succession in luxury fashion. The man who once preferred to stay behind the scenes now stands at the center of one of fashion's most closely watched transitions. The future of founder-led luxury may well depend on how successfully he translates 45 years of apprenticeship into creative leadership. In an industry obsessed with the next big thing, Leo Delorco represents something rarer, the patient stewardship of enduring excellence in Milan.